Welcome everyone. Today's practice is going to be about building mobility in the shoulders. So if you have one block, that would be really helpful. If you don't, there's going to be about a minute of this practice where you won't be able to do what we're doing, but other than that, you can definitely do the rest of the practice. So when you're ready, we'll begin just in a nice seated position. Take the hands, place them on the knees, drop the gaze, and take a few moments to connect to your breath. So embrace the ease that comes with the stillness. As you start to pay attention to where the breath is moving in your body. And doing your best to create this slow, sustainable inhale and exhale. Keep the same pace of your breath and really slowly come onto hands and knees as you come into a table. And when you get here, you start to move the spine around, drop the belly, with the chest open up. Start to round the spine. And do that a few more times. Take one more cycle of breath, come back into a table. And ensure that the hips stay relatively above the knees. And start to crawl both the hands forward. Press into the palms, and I want you to make this active. So keep the forehead on the ground, but at the same time keep the elbows lifted. Just try to breathe some space into the shoulders. You can even come onto the fingertips, walk around a little bit further. And slowly walk your hands all the way back in. Sit back towards the heels, take the hands alongside your body and drop the forehead down. And take the hands, reach them forward. Breathe in, come into tabletop. Tuck your toes. Drop your belly, send your hips towards your heels, lift your knees, and come into your first downward dog. And feel free to pedal out the feet, but really prioritize pressing into the palms, energizing through the shoulders, and sending the hips high up towards the sky. Use your next inhale to round forward into a high plank as you lift the heels. Drop the knees down towards the mat. As you exhale, wrap the triceps in and lower with control. Point the toes towards the back of the room, press into the tops of the feet. Breathe in, lift the chest up, hug the elbows towards the middle. As you exhale, release your chest. Inhale, press through table. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stretch the right leg all the way towards the sky. Then exhale, draw the right knee towards the nose, step all the way through the hands. Drop the back knee towards the ground, send the arms up and come into a low lunge. From here, interlace all the fingertips together, place them behind your head, spread the elbows wide. And think about pressing the back of your skull into the palms of your hands to feel the front of the body start to open up a little bit more. And as you exhale, release the hands down towards the ground. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, straighten the front leg, and tip the chest towards the right leg. As you inhale, bend the front knee, reach the arms towards the sky. And press the palms together, bend the elbows, and take them behind your head, just like you're trying to bring the thumbs right to the back of your skull, maybe even to the nape of the neck. Squeeze the elbows towards the middle, and start to lift the chest up and back. As you exhale, take the hands all the way towards the floor, step the right foot back, drop the left forearm towards the mat, drop the right forearm towards the mat. Breathe in, drop the knees, drop the hips, let the chest open. And exhale, release the chest. And take the hands beside your body, press into the hands, press into the tops of the feet, and lift the chest, tuck the chin. Lift the feet, squeeze the ankles, the inner thighs together. And float the hands away from the mat as you come into your full locust. Release the hands beside the ribcage, release the feet, press into the table. And then downward dog. Inhale, left leg back. And exhale, left foot through. Drop the back knee, send the arms all the way up. And interlace the hands, place them behind the head, spread the elbows wide for this variation, and press the skull into the hands as you keep lunging towards the left leg. And exhale, take your hands all the way down. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, straighten your front leg, and fold. And inhale, high lunge. And press the palms together. Bend the elbows, bring the thumbs to the base of your skull. Squeeze the elbows together and start to lean up and back. So think like you're trying to make the elbows the highest point of your body as you try to lift them higher. Feel a deeper stretch through the shoulders. And as you exhale, take the hands all the way down. Step the left foot back. Drop the right forearm. Drop the left forearm. Inhale right into Sphinx pose. Everything drops down. As you exhale, full locust, sweep the arms back, float the feet, float the upper thighs, top of your thighs, and tuck the chin. Take the hands beside the ribcage, press up, and into downward dog. And tiptoe, step, hop to the front of your mat. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, hands to shins. And exhale, plank pose. Stabilizing your plank first, and then drop the left forearm, drop the right forearm, drop the knees, drop the hips, open the chest, and exhale, locust, float everything away from the mat. Inhale through table or plank, and exhale, downward dog. Look towards the front of your space, bend the knees, shift the hips towards the heels, and slightly or slowly hop or step to the front. Then fold on the exhale. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plank. Stabilize. Right forearm. Left forearm. Breathe in, drop the knees and the hips. Sphinx. And exhale, full locust. Inhale, press all the way up. And exhale, downward dog. From here, reach the right leg towards the sky. Bend into the right knee, start to stack the hip open any amounts. Lift the left heel. And as you exhale, step the right foot all the way through the hands. Breathe in, rise into high lunge, arms overhead. Press the palms together, bend the elbows, squeeze everything towards the middle. And as you breathe in, tip the chest up and back even more. As we exhale, we're going to lean over the front leg, sweep the arms back, and float the left foot away from the mat, coming into warrior three. And try to broaden through the chest here, squeeze the shoulders towards the middle, press out through the left heel. And then slowly as you can, we'll step all the way back with the left foot, reach the arms towards the sky, high lunge. And exhale, take the hands down towards the ground, step back, right foot. Left forearm, right forearm, Sphinx pose, locust, and downward dog. Inhale, left leg, bend the left knee, open the hip, lift the right heel. As you exhale, step all the way through. Breathe in to rise into high lunge. Press the palms together as you exhale, bend the elbows, squeeze into the middle, and breathe in to lift the chest. And stabilize. Keep lifting the back heel. Keep leaning the chest up and back. And as you're in with your next exhale, lean forward, warrior three, sweep the arms back, float the right foot, and broaden through the collarbones. Slowly step all the way back into high lunge, breathe in. And exhale, hands to earth. Left foot steps back. Right forearm comes down. Left forearm. Inhale into Sphinx pose. And exhale, full locust. Inhale through table or plank. And exhale, downward dog. And walk off your step to the front of your mat. And fold on the exhale. Bend the knees, shift the hips back, and sweep the arms forward and up. Cactus the arms, squeeze the shoulders in towards the middle, elbows in line with the shoulders. As you exhale, straighten the legs and bring the hands beside your body. Inhale, sit back, arms up. And exhale, cactus. Try to pull the thumbs a little bit further back behind the ears, broaden through the chest. And as you exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, plank. Same exhale to drop the right forearm, then the left forearm. Then inhale to find Sphinx. And exhale, full locust. Inhale through table or plank. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg back. And exhale, right foot through. Inhale, high lunge. Use the exhale to press, bend, and squeeze everything towards the middle. Inhale, lean up and back. And exhale, warrior three. Try to bind the arms behind your back this time if you have the balance. Slowly step the left foot back, keep the back knee lifted, lean the chest up and back. Send the arms all the way up. And then release the hands down to the ground. Step the right foot back, drop the left forearm, drop the right forearm. Inhale, Sphinx pose. And exhale, locust. Inhale through tabletop or plank pose. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg back. And exhale, or left foot through. Left foot, not right. Inhale, rise up, balancing. Press the palms together, bend the elbows, squeeze everything towards the middle, lean the chest up and back. And as you exhale, warrior three. Find the arms behind your back, squeeze everything towards the middle. And then slowly as you can, step the right foot back. Keep the back knee lifted, tip the chest up and back, take a deep breath in to reach the arms all the way towards the sky. And as you exhale, release the hands down towards the ground, step the left foot towards the back of the mat, drop the right forearm, drop the left forearm, drop the knees, drop the hips, open the chest, and exhale, float everything away. Inhale through tabletop, and exhale, downward dog. You can see the front of your space, step or hop to the front. And exhale, folds. Inhale, chair. And exhale, cactus. Inhale, lean the chest up and back even more. And then exhale, mountain. Stand up and bring the hands beside your body. Inhale, hips back, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lean up and back even more. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, plank. Drop the right forearm. Drop the left forearm, taking it through our little flow here, one breath at a time. And eventually meeting back in our downward dog. Inhale, right leg back. And exhale, right foot through. Inhale, rise. We're going to take the right arm underneath the left arm this time and go for eagle arms or grab opposite shoulders. Think about pulling the elbows level with the shoulders first. Keep bending into the front knee. Keep the back heel nice and lifted. And start to lean the chest up and back. And take one more inhale here. As we exhale, it's warrior three. We'll lean forward, unravel the arms, and sweep the left leg back. Interlace the hands behind the back, and either stay or gently tip the chest towards the standing leg and reach the shoulders, the arms all the way towards the front of the room. And as slowly as you can, lift the chest back up. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Slowly drop the back knee. Send the arms all the way towards the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg, flex the toes in, and sweep the arms back as we come into this unsupported half splits. So really feel your right heel pressing into the ground, energetically pulling back, and shoulders squeezing towards the middle. We're going to keep this position, take the left hand down, reach the right arm towards the sky, and revolve through your half splits. And plant the left palm firmly on the ground, kickstand the left leg towards the left side of the room, and sweep the right leg back into modified half moon. Bend the top leg, reach, catch the ankle. Kick into the ankle to peel the front of the body open a little bit more. And look down at the ground. Slowly release the right foot. Release the right hand. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. And then pull the left knee towards the left tricep. And send it all the way back into three-legged dog. From here, try to get the right heel as close towards the ground as you can. You're going to press into the left palm. Pretend like you're, without allowing the hand to move, spinning the fingers towards the left side to engage more through the shoulder. Take the right hand, walk it a little closer towards the face, come onto the fingertips just so it's kind of underneath the shoulder. Look at one single point, focus on it, and slowly start to reach the right arm towards the right side. So in this balancing downward dog. Just try, if you fall out of it a few times, know that's totally normal. Just work with it for 3, 2, on 1, release your efforts. Drop the left foot back down, drop the knees, sit back on the heels. Slowly come up into this upright hero's position. Take the hands, bind them behind your back, squeeze the shoulders together, and just tuck the chin. Release the binded hands and find yourself back in downward dog. Inhale, send the left leg up. And exhale, step through. Inhale, high lunge. Left arm underneath right this time for your eagle wrap. Pulling elbows up in line with shoulders. Keeping back heel lifted. And starting to lean the chest up and back a little bit more as we keep bending into the front knee. Taking these slow, deep breaths all the way through the back body. And take one more inhale, lean the chest up and back a little further. As we exhale, warrior 3, lean forward, sweep the arms back and float the right foot away from the mat. Now bind the arms behind your lower back, interlace, squeeze, and stay here, or slowly start to tip the chest towards the left leg as you reach the right leg higher. So it's like standing splits with this shoulder bind, this arm bind. And start to lift the chest up first. Slowly step back. We're coming into low lunge. As we drop the back knee, the arms go all the way up towards the sky in one continuous motion. And as you exhale, unsupported half splits, fold as you sweep the arms back. So take the right hand down towards the ground to the inside of the left leg. Reach the left arm towards the sky and revolve through your half split. So try to keep the right hip sag over the right knee. Keep pressing the right palm firmly down. We're going to kickstand the right leg towards the right side. Sweep the left leg back. Bend into the left knee. Catch the ankle. And start to find your quad stretch. Look down towards the ground for balance. Release, re-extend through the left leg. Release the left hand down, place the left foot down. Bring the right knee all the way to the right tricep. Then sweep the right leg all the way back. So from this downward facing dog, try to ground the left foot totally on the ground. Press into the right palm. And without allowing it to move, think about spinning the hand towards the right. Come onto the left fingertips. Walk them closer to underneath your shoulder. Keep lifting through the right leg to activate through the glute. Then try to float the left hand towards the left side of the room. So you're balancing through the right hand and the left leg. Stay with your efforts for 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Drop the knees down towards the mat, sit back on the heels, and roll the shoulders up and back. So go ahead and grab for your block. If you don't have your block, you can still kind of follow along here and just kind of pretend like you have a block. It sounds silly, but it will still do the trick to some degree. Not quite as good unless you're really aware of what's happening in the shoulders here. So we're going to take the block into our hands, spread the fingers really wide, just so that the contact between the block on the longest level is your hands, the palms of your hands, and not the fingers. Reach the block out towards the front of the room. Arms are straight. And press the block towards the middle. As you press the palms together, you feel the pecs start to firm up. Keep this engagement. Reach the block all the way overhead. Keep the arms strong and straight. Squeeze the glutes. Try not to allow the hips to move at all. Bend the elbows. Place the block behind your head. Notice how the elbows fan out. Squeeze them back towards the middle. So from here, without sending your hips forward, think about lifting your elbows even higher and then pulling them further behind your ears. And reach the block all the way back up. Reach it forward. Send the block all the way overhead. The harder you squeeze everything towards the middle, the more you're going to get out of this, so feel free to do that. Even harder, bend the elbows, squeeze them towards the middle, bring the block behind the back of your head, and then lift the elbows even higher. Try to bring the block further back, the elbows further back without bringing tension into the neck. Send the block all the way overhead. Bring it all the way back to center. We got this just one more time, stick with it. Reach the block all the way up. Bend the elbows. Squeeze the elbows towards the middle. Bring them further behind the ears. Almost that similar feeling we were doing in our lunge. Actually, it's the exact same feeling. We're just using a block, so we're a little bit more aware of what's happening now. Keep reaching the elbows up and back. Reach the arms all the way towards the sky. Release the block towards the front. Hold this lengthened position with the arms. So for 5, squeeze everything together for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the efforts. Place the block off to the side. Let's take a moment to roll the shoulders up. So we're going to come into 3 rounds of dolphin pose. The first one is just going to be a static hold. And when we do this, I want you to think about using the block just as a reference point. If you're really comfortable with dolphin, don't even worry about the block, but ideally we want to have the hands instead of together kind of like this, where they kind of stack on top of each other due to lack of mobility in the shoulders. We want to actually bring them more parallel so that the fingertips are over the wrists and the wrists are over the elbows. So it's all one straight line. So if you look at your hand, it's like the elbows to the fingers are making one big square, and this gives you a lot more support. And if you don't have mobility in the shoulders to do that, just work towards it. It's not going to happen, right now, but just something to keep in mind as you build your practice. So if you're using the block, you're going to take your fingers into L shapes and then frame the block so that that's a reference point. Take the forearms down towards the ground, press into the forearms, come back into forearm plank. From forearm plank, really press into the forearms, start to walk the feet up towards the elbows and even up. And then start to really press into the forearms to engage the shoulders. From here, if you feel like the hamstrings are taking a lot of tension, bend the knees a little bit. Press into the forearms and try to shift the hips a little further back so the shoulders are behind the elbows now. And you're dropping the heels heavy towards the mat and dropping the chin, dropping the head heavy. It's for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Awesome. So round number 2, we can work with exactly what we just did, which is a static hold, a great way to really build stability through the shoulders. Number 2, we're going to work on, if you want to take this, is pressing from dolphin into downward dog, dropping back down into dolphin, back into downward dog. So it's a pretty challenging movement. It doesn't look too hard, but if you've tried it before, you probably know it's really challenging. And if you lack mobility in the shoulders, meaning the hands are pretty close together like this, I would suggest not even doing this at this point in your practice and just working on a static hold. And as you get more space through the shoulders, this is something you can work towards. So I'll demo what it looks like real quick before we get into it. Basically in dolphin pose, from here you're going to press into the palms. You're going to keep squeezing everything towards the middle, and you're going to slowly lift both the elbows at one time. Then wrap the triceps in and back, bend the elbows, drop them back down towards the mat. So if you lack mobility in the shoulders, what might happen is when you do this, you're going to press and you're going to start to lean over to one side, kind of half straighten the other arm, and then you're going to start to collapse into this arm, and you're going to kind of go into the other arm, and it's going to be this really messy transition. So if that starts to happen to you, you can kind of either decide to just not do it and hold dolphin, but if you want to do the one arm at a time, you can still do it, you just have to be a little more body aware. So what you really want to focus on, if that's the case, is as you start to press the arm straight, you notice maybe the right elbow is lifting first, so then shift the weight into the left arm, press into it to engage the left shoulder, then straighten the right arm, shift the weight into the right arm, press into it, and straighten the left. So it's really controlled, and you can drop one forearm at a time as well, just as long as you're doing it really slowly. So it's the same feeling we had, just a second ago if you did the block exercise where it's overhead, you're bending, squeezing in. Same thing, we're just on our forearms now. So we'll do it a couple of times, come right into dolphin pose. You press into the palms, lift the elbows, slowly drop them down. That's 1, lift, lower for 2, lift, lower for 3, lift, lower for 4, lift, lower for 5, and drop the knees down. And roll the shoulders up and back. So this last round here, we're going to do one of the two things we just did. If we want to take it a little bit further, we're going to try to take it from dolphin right into chaturanga. And if you can't do the last exercise comfortably, I'm going to suggest you definitely don't do this because you're just going to end up injuring yourself. It takes a lot of strength and a lot of mobility right through the shoulders to be able to do this properly. So for those of us who want to kind of play around with it, what we'll do is as we come into dolphin, we're going to just kind of lift our gaze towards in between the hands. We're going to start to shift the shoulders past the wrist, hug everything towards the middle, slowly lift the elbows, keep wrapping them towards the center, come right into chaturanga, and as you breathe in, you can come right into a back bend, and right into downward dog. So this is one of these things where you'll maybe try it and you realize it might be too challenging at this moment, and just let that be, your indication to maybe work on your shoulder mobility a little bit more if you want. So we'll do it 1 time, 2 times let's say. So drop the forearms down, right into dolphin pose, look forward, lean forward, roll the chest through, hug the triceps in, chaturanga. Inhale right into back bend, and exhale into downward dog. Alright, last time, forearms down, hug everything towards the middle, look between the hands, lean forward, start to roll the chest through, hug everything to the middle, drop the belly, open up. Come into downward dog. And drop the knees, sit back on the heels. Combine the arms behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and drop the forehead all the way down towards the mat. Bring the shoulder blades out. Option to take this into rabbit, the animal, by taking the crown of the head down, lifting the hips away from the heels, bringing the shoulders out, and rounding the upper spine. And gently release into child's pose, arms beside your body, forehead down. And take the hands out in front of you. Walking all the way back towards the body, sit on the heels, and lean the chest up and back one more time. And lean over to one side. Send the legs long out in front of you. Come onto your back. Keep the knees bent. And soles of the feet can be resting down. Bring the hands beside your body. We're going to take 2 back bends. First one is bridge. So we'll press into the feet, press into the hands, and lift the hips up. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Maybe walk the hands together underneath the back to bind the shoulders, or bind the arms, and tuck the chin. Last inhale, lift everything a little bit higher. As you exhale, slowly release the hands, the hips, all the way down. Keep the knees bent. So for our second round, we can either come into bridge, which is what we just did, or we can come into full wheel. We've been doing a lot of shoulder stuff, which is really one of the primary key actions in wheel pose. So lots of arms over the head, loading the body weight. So if you want to work with wheel, basically we'll take the hands beside the ears, flip the fingers so they're facing the same direction as the heels are. And press into the feet. Squeeze the inner thighs together a little bit, engage the glutes, lift the hips first, just like you would for bridge pose. Now press into the palms, come onto the crown of the head. And from here, you can walk the hands a little further back. Squeeze everything towards the middle, and maybe you just stay right here. Think about squeezing the elbows towards the middle wherever you are, and if you have the space, start to press the arms towards straight, lift the hips higher towards the sky. Let's be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Drop the hips. And take the arms out into a nice big T shape. Cross the left ankle, left leg all the way over the right. Shift the hips to the left a little bit. And drop both the knees towards the right side of the room. Come into your spinal twist. And release your twist, come back towards the middle, and uncross the legs. We'll take right leg over left leg, shifting hips towards the right side of your mat, and dropping the knees towards the left side. Bring the knees back towards the middle and uncross through the legs. And draw the knees towards the chest one last time as you give yourself a nice big hug. As you exhale, final Shavasana, release everything towards the ground. Just letting all that tension go and all the movement go. Just take a few more deep breaths at the very least. If you want to spend some more time, in your Shavasana to do so. And whenever you leave, just leave with a lot of awareness. Thank you for joining me and sharing this practice. Namaste.